Now you may know how to draw an anime boy, but do you know how to draw a hot and sexy anime boy? No, I don't think so. So let's get right into it. Before we start, we first have to know the anatomy of a hot and sexy anime boy. First, a hot and sexy anime boy has hot and sexy eyes. They're always slanted, not round. Number 2, I added a sexy accessory, but it doesn't have to be an earring. Maybe you could replace it with an AirPod or whatever you prefer. 3, obviously a hot and sexy anime boy has kissable lips. Always keep in mind that their mouth is always slightly open. I don't know why, but it's hotter that way. 4, he has to have a thick and muscular neck. 5, it doesn't fit, but hot and sexy anime boys also have big chests for some reason. Now that we know the anatomy of a hot and sexy anime boy, let's get to drawing. We first draw the usual guidelines, a circle, and then below that circle we create the jawline. I create some lines to serve as your guides, but you don't have to follow the guidelines strictly. Remember, what I'm doing is just pure estimating. But fun fact, did you know that eyes are about one eye apart? Anyway, I erased the guidelines because they're useless now. So let's get right into drawing the eyes. Like I said, their eyes are really slanted, so just basically draw almond eyes but longer. Make his eyes look really bored, like he's looking down on you. That's like really hot. I drew his nose and his mouth. It doesn't really need much explanation since like they're just a bunch of lines. Just make sure to make his mouth slightly open. Anyway, I cleaned up my messy lines and worked on the hair. So the hair is actually pretty hard to do. I actually did not know what I was doing. For real, I just copied my reference. But from what I've learned, the hair has to start from one point, and then basically the lines are just branching out of that one point. Basically, it just comes from one direction. Also, it's good to draw hairs in layers, like this. And then I'm gonna draw the body. I'm not actually an expert on this, okay? I'm just following a reference that I found on Pinterest. Feel free to skip out the body entirely, or you can just observe how I drew it. Hold on, why would you skip the body? That adds to the sexiness. Now, let's color. I laid out the base color and then I airbrushed a darker reddish color on the outer parts. Make sure to brush the lips. That is very important in order to achieve juicy lips. I shaded the left side of his face. Let me give you a tip. Basically, when you put colors together, it doesn't look good, especially if you're shading skin. What you can do is use an airbrush to make it softer. By the way, I actually did make a tutorial like this a year ago. Since it gave me a lot of dollars and it's outdated now, I thought maybe I could do another one. Then I made his eyes red because red is sexy. He looks like a vampire, you know? For the hair, I just put on the base color, which is light black, and as it approaches the skin, it gets lighter. Like, the color of the skin is mixing with the color of the hair. I put a little shadow to distinguish it. Next, I airbrushed the hair to make it look gradient, and then I shaded it using a normal brush. I didn't actually make the shading too detailed because this is just my opinion, but making it too detailed just kind of ruins the vibe. Finally, I put highlights, like so. Alright, here's the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to draw some more, please do click this playlist right here and, like and subscribe, Stay cool.